So hello again. So as I said, today I was late because I was running the group calls on the HA community, and it went a little bit above the usual 60 to 70 minutes. But it was such a beautiful call. So many beautiful things came up, and that's a moment of, that's possibly my favorite moment of the week, when we all come together, this group of women that are extremely supportive. They do understand each other, that they're there also not to help themselves, but also to help other people rise. I think that it's priceless. And knowing that we have made that happen, me and those beautiful ladies, it's really brings so much joy to my heart. So, and this morning we spoke about everything and anything. There was yesterday counting calories, rest days, gaining weight, going on holiday, comments, exercise, what else? Being an intuitive eater, eating freely, sleeping, if I haven't mentioned it already, having bad days, beating ourselves up, critical thinking, conditioned mind. So we had a fair range of topics to go through, and I trust that everyone got exactly what they needed from the group call. And I trust that you are going to get exactly what you need from today's video, because it's day 7, which means that it's definitely a week that we have been doing this, a week in the period party. Fantastic. We'll get excited for these type of things. But I am a very excitable person. One more thing to say, you will notice that at the top of the group of the Recover from Hypothalamic Amenorrhea support group on Facebook, you will see that I have pinned a post to the top, and it's going to explain exactly what's going to happen from tomorrow, which is Women's Day. So if you don't want to miss out on this incredible opportunity, make sure to have a read and don't sit on the fence. Don't sit on the fence. And I've told you from the very beginning, if this is your time to change things around, if you want to feel more alive, if you want to live an easier life, if you want to get supported, if you want to get a period, if you want to be in a place where people can actually listen and understand you, if you want to stop having so many questions and little answers, this is your opportunity. So it's up for you if you want to take it or not, but that's it. Now, the 3 sabotaging behaviors. Normally, there are 3 that I have been seeing over and over the past few years. And normally, they're massive in terms of stopping you from getting better, from allowing yourself to do the things that you want to do, and ultimately from getting your period back or even getting pregnant. So the first one is thinking that you are a unicorn, or you are that beautiful snowflakes that we have been told us that we all are, especially millennials, right? We are all beautiful snowflakes. Absolutely true. We are all unique in our own way. If you look at the inside of our biology, it's going to be very hard to find someone that it's even similar, and it's going to be very hard to replicate us. I mean, technology and science at the moment, they've gone above and beyond, but it's still going to be hard to replicate each one of us, because we are all very unique in our in the way that we were made, in the way that we were created, in the way that we have developed over the years, based on our environment, based on our thinking, based on the people that we have spent the time with, based on our genetics. So whenever you think that you're unique, yes, I say absolutely true. In your own way, you are. But if you think that you're unique, meaning that you are the only person on earth that is not going to be able to get the period back, I tend to disagree. There is always a reason. Whenever your body is not giving you a flow, unless you have a very recognized, diagnosed, a specific genetic disorder that normally can be treated, or unless that there is a tumor that normally can be removed. But even in that case, even if you had a tumor in the pituitary gland, you will still be able to get the period back as soon as you get the right treatment for it. And if you think that if you do the recovery journey and you're not going to get a period at the end of it, it's something that is preventing you from actually doing the work, look at yourself 6 months from now. Where do you want to be? How do you want to feel? Do you want to be stuck in the same place where you're thinking, This is not going to happen to me, which is why I'm not going to make the changes, which is why I'm going to keep feeling exactly how I'm feeling right now, which is pretty shit. And I do apologize for my language right now, but let's be honest, okay? We have come to know each other over the past 7 days, and there are 20 of you that are always commenting on my videos, always sending me DMs and emails, and I know that you're watching me. So let's be honest with each other, right? If you think that you are the only one on planet Earth that is not going to be able to get the period back, stop it. It's not true. It happened to me, happened to my client, happened to the woman down the street. Why would you be the unicorn? Why would you be the snowflake that is not going to be able to have a menstrual flow? And there goes my pillow. Sorry, I just love my pillow behind my back. It makes me feel so cozy and so comfy, and I love being cozy and comfy. So once again, if that's sabotaging behavior number 1, thinking that this is not going to happen for you, which normally prevents you from seeking help, following some proven steps, joining a program, talking to a professional, become part of a community, simply because you have that deeply ingrained belief that doesn't matter how hard you try, it's not going to work. So why waste the money? Why waste my time? Why waste the energy, especially if I'm going to fail at this? And then there is ultimately the fear of failure, the fear of not being good enough. So whenever you think that this is not going to happen for you, always go take it down a notch and try to understand where is that message coming from. And normally it's fear of something, fear of feeling more anxious, fear of not being worth it, fear of not having the strength, fear of not being good enough. Okay, so that's something that I normally work with my clients when they do become clients. But before then, ultimately it's about you. It's about knowing that you can definitely get your period back. Sabotaging behavior number 2, I'm not sick enough. I've seen women dealing with an eating disorder or disorder thoughts around food and training for decades. I've seen women without a period and trying to get pregnant for ages. I've seen women really counting calories and not sleeping and having those horrifying signs and symptoms and still thinking that they were not sick enough, simply because they had been told that they were okay, that the BMI was in okay-ish range, that they were still having a job, that maybe they managed to have a child, they still have a relationship, they still managed to have great friends, they still managed to go out in a restaurant. So, you know, those, if you're one of them, you do know exactly what I'm talking about. And not feeling sick enough, it's gonna really bite you in the back, because normally we seek assistance when we feel that we need help. And if you believe that you're not sick enough, then you're not going to look for help. And that's the quickest way for you to get stuck exactly where you are. And sometimes also when you ask for help, if you still believe that you're not sick enough, that's going to perpetuate the same kind of feedback loop, the same thinking. And so you maybe invest your time and energy into following someone's advices, but because you inherently think that you're not sick enough, then you're not going to implement all the steps, and you're going to cut down on a few of the steps because you think that you don't need them, that you really don't need them, because you're kind of okay. Yes, you would like to have a natural pregnancy. Yes, you would like to have a period. Yes, you would like to be able to go out to a restaurant without counting calories. Yes, you will love the idea of not restricting in the morning or not binging at night, whatever that is for you. But you think that you're still okay, that you can live a decent life. And normally people that feel that they're not sick enough, they try to get their reinforcement from professionals. So they go and see doctors and they plead their case and they say, but I'm eating, I'm not exercising too much. And look at my BMI, I'm all right. So I'm not sick enough, am I? And normally the doctor is going to be the first one to say, within the 15 minutes windows that they have and a day filled with bookings, Yeah, no, you're okay. If you wait a little bit longer, you're gonna get your period. Otherwise, just take this pill. Or have a good fertility specialist that you can work with. Okay. So these are all signs to look for. So if you think that you have been engaging on any of those sabotaging behaviors, I really would like to type in the comment section. 1, for I'm the unicorn, I'm the snowflake. 2, I'm not sick enough. Or number 3, which is the next one that I'm going to talk about. If you're watching this on replay, make sure that you still type in the comment section, activate your brain. And if you type 1, 2, or 3, it also means that you've brought awareness into this topic, that you have really challenged your critical thinking. And for the first time, possibly in years, you have been told your conditioned mind, yes, that's actually what's happening to me. And I knew that before, or I've never realized it before, but now that I wrote it down, now that my brain is aware of it, now that I know, I'm going to do something about it. So that's your chance. Don't waste it. All right. Step number 3, I did it to myself, so I need to fix it by myself. And that's very common with type A personality, especially high achiever, because I'm pretty sure that most of you are on the higher end of the IQ spectrum, let's say. It has been proven many, many times that normally women that do suffer from eating disorder behaviors, they have a type A personality, they are high achiever, and they can really do great things in life, right? So if that's you and you think that you did this to yourself and that's the reasons because you have to fix yourself, let it go. Let that go. Because otherwise, that means that whenever you need to bake a fantastic cake for your brother's wedding, then you have to do it on yourself. You cannot ask a baker to bake it for you because you can do everything on your own. And if your car breaks down, you have to fix it because you can do everything on your own. You actually were the one that was driving the car when it broke down. So you broke it, right? So fix it. It doesn't work that way. Like with everything. We go to the doctor when we feel unwell, when we feel that something isn't right. We go to a psychologist when we're struggling. We go to a physio when we have an injury. And you go to see someone like me, a nutrition and dietetic clinician specialized in eating disorder and disorder behaviors and infertility, when things get tough and you need to have a community and a couple of professionals behind your back. You're not meant to do it on your own. There is a saying that you need a village when you have a baby. But the reality is that back in the days, women had villages, and then the villages were taken away. And so now it's not only that we don't have a village when we become mothers, we don't have a village full stop. And I've noticed that also when it comes to relationship, most women, they're very dependent on their partner from an emotional and psychological perspective, because they don't have that wider group of women to support them when they're going through a tough time. But men don't know much about the menstrual cycle. Men don't know much about hypothalamic amenorrhea. And men don't know much about an eating disorder unless they have experienced it and they know exactly what you're talking about. So please let that go. Let go of the thoughts that you're not sick enough, you are the unicorn, and that you need to fix it on your own. And also stop blaming yourself. You haven't done anything wrong. And I should have started this conversation with this. Say it out loud, say it in your head if you're listening to this on replay or live. I do not blame myself. I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. Okay? And I truly believe that. So comment in the section 1, I am the unicorn. 2, I'm not sick enough. 3, I'm blaming myself. I did it to myself. So I have to fix myself. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to be back talking. I always need to open up my calendar to remember which kind of topic I'm going to address tomorrow. I do apologize, my mom 40+ brain. but tomorrow is going to be about recovery happens for you, not to you. That's my favorite topic of conversation. I think that so many of you need to listen to this one. Make sure that you tune in, and also something amazing is going to be posted on the group. Don't miss out. Bye for now.